as you can see, we're back with Soul Calibur 6. Now we're still going to go into the campaign for a bit. After I check something, of course. Let's go here. Come on. Okay. Sorry. So now I addressed in the last video that we were going to go into these other stories, and I apologize for not saying this earlier. In the last video, how one of the characters addressed in this story here would be revealed in the way that I remember them. First, we're going to start with Groh, though, because his is the first side story. Groh's side story, chapter 1, 1986 AD. Reawakened memories. Okay, sure. As per urgent orders by the whole organization, Groh guided Killick and Shaw to a nightmares. Having now finished his duties, Groh needs to quickly return to his mission to defeat Atman. Instead, he finds himself hurrying through the forest that was Strasbourg. Things still waiting. Excuse me.
I still find it hard to believe, even knowing the Lady of the Lake's prophecy. The old me would have never left them to dispose of the Azure Knight, source of all evil. Nor would the old me have had any concern for that with an Nunchaku. He should have been somewhere around here. Huh? What is that?
Did that man defeat Astaroth? I did not think a mortal was capable of such. But how did he survive the ground collapsing? I must investigate. Ah, what's that? Clothing? At the bottom of the fissure? Well, it really is the man with the nunchaku. The one who defeated Astaroth. I'll not tolerate them getting in our way any more than they already have. Find them and kill them.
You shall owe me for this killing.
Groh knows his name.
Fight! Time for a test!
Okay.
Scarlet! Scarlet Flame!
Hey, there's also something
It's over!
that I found out oh yeah, that's the organization. Apparently they don't name the names. Groh was the one that came up with the names to the style types. Which I guess makes sense because he was one of the 12. And I believe I mentioned in the previous video.
Fight! You cannot resist.
That's cool. That's apparently it's hard to apparently Dion and Natalie were members of the 12 as well. I didn't know this. I guess it makes sense considering.
Despair! I won't quit! You will be erased! Get out here! Atone for the sin of weakness.
Right, that's a sin turn for.
The man with the nunchaku must have fallen into the underground river from here. Luckily, the flow of the water here is sluggish. If he washed up near the surface, he will likely have been noticed. With any luck, he may already be receiving aid. If only Curtis had been so lucky. His body was caught in that collapse. If the power of the outsiders was still in him, he may have come to, or even... I still have not given up on you. But right now, there is someone I must help, else he might head down a different path. Is this how you always felt, Curtis?
Groh, now that you're in my unit, you can't just do whatever you feel like as you have until now. No matter the mission, we survive and we come back together. Got it? Congratulations. As of today, you are part of the 12, just like me. Ironically, this means we will likely work together less. Wait, but then who will look after you? We must plan. Come with me to see Orzal immediately.
How nice of Curtis to be considerate. And also weird that...
I should have expected as much from someone so unlucky. Your troubles know no bounds. Very well, you win. However, we are both betraying the organization now. When you pay for your sins, I shall too.
You need not accompany me.
Sorry, but it seems you're on your own.
Don't you worry. All will be fine.
All will be fine? You really are a simple man, Groh.
Thank you for all you have done for me. I shall take care of the rest.
Yes, I believe you can.
That's what happened to Curtis.
Even if you have fully transformed into an outsider, part of me wants you again. I wanted us to return together one last time to our frozen life. I must endure until I avenge you. After that, I too shall. First, I must ensure a certain nuisance which than mine is well attended. The time is almost at hand. I shall be there soon.
Sorry about that coming in the mic, that's outside noise that to be picked up. So that got in the way of you listening. I do apologise. Anyways, let's continue. Now we're following Mitsurugi. Now, the version I played earlier plays into another character's storyline. You'll see why as we get into it. Mitsurugi Interlude, 1598, Transcending History. pure strength. Sorry, he thirsts for pure strength. Caraminous animal, such as high and wide from where they walked, until he was put on outside of human invisible.
Damn, I can't find a worthy opponent anywhere. Not even the latest Tanegashima are a challenge. Shugen Kokonoe, Edgemaster, Geralt. Only skilled warriors such as these can quench my thirst.
Wait. Let's hold on for a second. That's the first time he's said Geralt's name correctly, for one. For two, how the hell did he learn Edgemaster's name? Or rather, Edgemaster's, moniker, so to speak. I'm sorry about the squeaking, my glasses, are being moved around because my eyes are itchy. You know, this creates more questions than I want answers to. Oh boy.
Well then, shall I grant your wish?
A voice cut through Mitsurugi's dreams of worthy opponents. It was a young voice, both boyish and girlish. It sounded as if it were echoing from afar, or perhaps welling up from within him.
Sorry. Okay, with the glasses.
Mitsurugi had felt this presence many times before. He felt it when he traveled with the conduit from the Aval organization. He sensed it on the day he met Geralt, wielder of swords and strange magic.
And now it was here, in a void thick with the poisonous miasma known as astral chaos.
The hell?
This is the first we've met. I am Oct. You are Mitsurugi Heishiro, yes? Sorry to whisk you away so suddenly.
I don't care who you are. What do you want?
Well, aren't you impatient? I just want to test your strength. You long for a strong opponent, right?
Think you're strong? Then come at me! I could cut a whole demon in two right about now!
All right then. Let us see your worth.
Notice how she's using two of Soul Edge's previous wielders and Soul Edge itself. Because Inferno is actually a representation of Soul Edge. Now, here's the interesting part. If I'm able to, I'll pause so you can see it. It's another reason why I'm not using the face cam this time.
Fight!
You see that name in the top right corner? That actually plays into another Soul Calibur game that I did videos on as well. Soul Calibur Legends. The Jester that always follows that guy is 6 feet long. Iska. This is the canonical version of Iska. As we can see.
Ready? No mercy! Can you keep up?
Really darkened skeleton.
I'm just getting started! Pathetic!
They also, it's also weird how they made Iska a girl as this representation, so we have Iska art. I wonder if the others are going to be the same way.
I know not where this is, but I feel it filling me with power!
You're mine!
Pathetic! I like it here on the edge.
Nightmare's armor to see if it's really, you know, going to appear as regular Siegfried. I mean, regular Malfested Siegfried. I'll tell us.
Fight! That's it! I like it here on the edge. I'm just getting started!
No, they didn't. Malfest for the ice case was
See that?
Oh wow. Okay.
How strange. Most humans are weaker in here, but you're getting stronger instead. Now I see why everyone's watching you so closely. I think you could become one of... What? Has the chaos truly reached this far? This sensation. You're awake already?
This transcendent fate itself.
Who are you? You want something from me?
Seems I have no time to play with you right now, Mitsurugi Heishiro. Sorry for the rough handling, but I'll be sending you back now.
I can't hear a word you're saying. If you've got a bone to pick with me, then show your face!
That's enough! Go away! Ah!
Will you continue on the warrior's path? Transcend defeat. Return to chaos. My answer.
Where am I? Wait, this is the capital of Ming! Although wonders never cease. But I think I just met an unbelievably strong opponent. Stronger than I could handle right now. Which means I must keep honing my mind, body, and techniques. I can't stand around when my training's only just begun.
It's weird that they sent him to China when he's from Japan. And yes, the capital of Ming is the Peking, the city of Peking, Ming Empire, which in present time is Beijing, China. Also the home of Shanghua. Now that we covered him, and before we dive into Wise Man again, now I'm sort of wondering if Iska is the Soul Edge representation of Almond's child, Arcturus. Just manifested from Soul Edge, because, well, it's kind of hard to explain. But it makes sense now how Galvik in the Form story kept addressing Iska Art as princess, because she's actually a manifestation from Soul Edge itself. She's not an actual person. She's just a being raised from the energy of Soul Edge. Which also makes sense because Soul Edge starts out in Soleil as male and female. The female was destroyed. Sending fragments across the world. So it can stand to reason that Iska art came from these fragments. I'm assuming there's also an Iska Veer and an Iska 30 Calibur. Anyways, swordsman wanders the world, for a place to seal so much away from huge eternity. Yet the cursed sword he holds in his hand will slowly gain its power. It sends its evil tendrils into his spirit, waiting for a chance to attack him. Bloodstained fingers gripping the sword's twisted hilt, its man roams in such eternity. Which state is this supposed to be? Of course, he's still breathing.
Hey, look there! A traveler? This late at night?
Oh,
That guy? Hard to tell with all the rain, but that looks like some fancy armor. Maybe a knight who's lost his way.
Hey! You there, Sir Knight! It's dangerous to be out in such a terrible storm! I'll put you up if you're looking for a place to stay.
I thirst. Give me your souls. I must rise again!
no, but they're so kind.
Where am I? Oh! So many dead. Did I do this? Cursed sword must have taken control while I slept. Damnation!
It sucks because he's fighting so hard against it. And he's putting up a good fight too, because clearly his mind's still his own for a time. Yeah, also I wonder, because it's mostly the armor that appears, is it also like the growth that shrinks and grows at the same time? Nightmare Science Story Chapter 2, 1588. Blade, Malice, Catalyst. 2 years have passed and so much shattered into pieces. The Strasbourg castle stands deserted. Even bandits have waited ever since Nightmare, the evil swordsman who struck fear through Europe, was the residence there. But soon enough, rumors began to spread that a lit torch can be seen, burning the castle's investigates.
We have eagerly awaited your return, my king. Now that the king has come home, the malfested scattered across the land will again gather here in droves. And while it is true their numbers have dwindled, it is but a simple matter to create more.
I must reclaim my power. Bring me my lost fragments.
Arrangements have already been made, but to recover them with any efficiency, we will need more pawns.
I leave it in your hands. I must sleep now.
As you command, my king, if you'll excuse me.
This body's host is truly vexing. However, his pathetic struggles will soon cease.
Unfortunately, he's not wrong. After all, so Calibur 2 comes back. Nightmare Science Story Chapter 3, 1589 AD. Blade, world, light. As a man slowly loses control over his body, his wicked nightmare eats away at the yet his soul continues to fight in a separate dimension filled with chaos. To protect humanity's last hope, the holy blade that shines with the clear light. As he struggles, someone
Even this sword is slowly being stained with evil. At this point, I am in control of myself for only a fraction of the day. Still, I can at least protect this blade from the cursed sword.
Hey there, Siegfried. You still protecting that silly sword?
You are kin of the cursed sword. I thought I told you never to return.
How mean. Weren't we once traveling companions? I quite enjoyed that journey with you. The young knight who wielded the all-powerful Soul Edge. You took up Soul Edge to reclaim everything that was taken from you, then slaughtered untold thousands of Ottoman Empire invaders. Even the Holy Roman Emperor recognized your deeds. You became one of the most famous knights in all of history. We could even resurrect your father if you wish. Our journey isn't over yet. Come, let us embark on another delightful adventure.
Silence! I will not be led astray any longer. The dead can never return. Your words are nothing but lies and deception.
It's not impossible. It simply requires a human or two. Well, I'll just have to find another way to convince you to cooperate. Your stubbornness is bothering Soul Edge.
You've already stolen my body. What more do you want from me?
Soul Edge is still but a weapon. Without the host's will driving it, it cannot realize its full potential. Besides, I'd really like for you to give me back that sword you're guarding.
Give it back? I don't remember ever giving it to you in the first place. I shall defend this sword until my body is truly no longer mine.
What to do, what to do. I wonder if more despair will make you more agreeable. Oh, remember those people who cared about you? I hear they're doing all they can to keep together that little group of yours. They've been struggling ever since you popped off dear Daddy's head and ran away in disgrace.
So you grew bored of simply peering into my heart, did you? Decided to keep an eye on them, too.
It's a bother for us, too, but we will do whatever we must. Still, I'm surprised how popular you were. You should feel proud. What was the name of that girl you saved again? Salia, was it? She's putting on a brave face filling in for you. As you humans say, brings a tear to my eye. How about we have you kill her with your own hands, just like your father? Oh, or should we order someone else to do it? Maybe Johann, or perhaps Curtis.
Oh, go ahead, try it. If you don't mind losing my body and this cerulean sword, of course.
Aha! Was that a threat? You are quite entertaining. Forget it. I've still got much to do anyway. See you around, Siegfried.
Liked you better in Soul Calibur Legend.
I never imagined the other's presence would strengthen the sword's evil power to this degree. I won't be able to both hold Nightmare back from slaughtering others and protect the sword much longer at this rate. If only there was an opening. Some way to distract Soul Edge, so that it stops focusing on me and the sword, even if just for a moment.
I think I know the opening he's talking about. If I'm seeing the correct thing. interlude. And yes, he did mention Curtis because Curtis is still alive, unfortunately. Which means that, which also means that Curtis has become completely manifested. On that interlude, today's 9 AD, eternally blazing still. The struggle is ended. The sorrowful night vanishes. The struggle against his own life. None of that to stop the king of the cursed sword from having mortal strides back once again. The cursed souls, and I shall be that by the pages of history turn
Greetings, my king. Johann Durer Greatblade has returned.
So, how was Wolf Krone?
Princess Hildegard leaves no openings, and her army is strong. For the time being, the wise course is to slowly sap their strength. I was also unable to recover King George. Regardless, he remains an extremely valuable pawn for our manipulation.
It sounds like even the Great Blade is having trouble. Still, Wilhelm losing the use of his arm is a fine achievement, I suppose.
Wilhelm.
Curtis.
You know that dour killjoy, Sword of the Inquisitor?
No,
Yes.
I don't know.
Sorry, did I pry? I do not much care one way or the other.
What of my fragments?
We've encountered some setbacks, but no cause for concern. The fragments have been scattered across different lands, each spreading calamity and growing plump with power. It will be far more convenient for us to gather fruit that's already ripened on the vine. Don't you agree?
Very well. Collect them the moment they have filled with power. Great Blade, Inquisitor, bolster our ranks, gather powerful souls. Soul Calibur. It is not long before it will be part of me. My flame will burn bright again. And my rising shadow will blanket the world.
I was expecting your father to speak.
Chosen by history, a man becomes a warrior. Engraved into history, a warrior becomes a hero. Transcending history and the world, a tale of souls and swords, eternally retold. And history turns to a new page. Our story takes place in the 16th century.
Huh. This is a sign for something, I know that. The story may fade to myth. The legend will never die. So I get the feeling that, unless stated otherwise, this concludes Mitsurugi and Nightmare, considering they're both interludes. So, I imagine that they would probably, for the next thing, maybe expand the timeline a little bit, because, you know, it goes from the beginning of, it goes from the end of Soul Blade to towards the beginning of Soul Calibur 2. 1583 AD. 1582. All the way to 1590. Castle and Raphael, the extra stories. However, with Raphael's story, I'm hoping that it will be along despite the issue around this point. Because the other stuff is supposed to be released after completion of certain points in themselves. Considering that they aren't, they will have to wait. Well, I get the feeling that, because in Soul Calibur 2, apparently canonically speaking, Raphael fought Nightmare until Nightmare one man almost killed Raphael. He only managed to just get an opening. Raphael only managed to just escape and get an opening after he plunged his rapier into the eye of Soul Edge, allowing Siegfried to escape. It's also interesting in the last gameplay that Darcelamel is tied into so many stories. He's connected with Tira, he's connected with Huang in a way. He's connected to God knows who else. Geralt. He hasn't technically count because he's a ghost character. This one surprised me too because of the mask sort of being at first there was a unconfirmed ending where Cassandra, after Soul Calibur 4, she became Aphrodite, something like that. But instead, in actuality, after Soul Calibur 4, she became lost to astral chaos because Sophitia gave the fragment that was inside her body to her daughter Pyrrha, so Pyrrha could survive. Which eventually plunged Cassandra into a spiral, a downward spiral of madness, hoping to save Sophitia. She forgot her own name, and astral chaos consumed her, until it eventually spat her out in 1986, after Sophitia left again. Yeah, it's all interesting things. If they continue this, that's even better. Because this just tells Soul Calibur 1's story with plot, so to speak, because it ties in how Killick met Maxi and Chanhua. Of course, he also got introduced to Sophitia here. And now they've introduced another person into this trio, which I'm hoping will explain what happened to Maxi after his battle with Astaroth. Because, there is a wiki, but, I just want to imagine that Groh was the one to rescue Maxi and go on. There's so much I want to picture with this, and yet it's hard to... It's hard to stay relaxed, but it's hard not to be... I don't know, it's something. Because I'm such a Soul Calibur fan that I want to see this progress. And I know it's going to be one because this, all the way down here, this was released just 2 days ago for recording this. So it's going to be a while until we can actually get into it. Now there's also some customization stuff with this, but that will come at another point. For now, I'm going to question why the sell points haven't increased after I completed the story, unless that's also a sign that the stories that I completed still have more to add on to them. Which, I get the feeling the season pass, like this season 3, might explain more once it's released, and I cannot wait till it is released. It's just so thrilling for me to see this come to the degree that it has after so many years of it being active. You know, I had my concerns when it was, I'm sure I've said this before, I had my concerns when this was reintroducing the timeline back at the point where sort of it all started. You know, what I also want to see is, you know, the Soul Blade things, like the battle with Cervantes between Sophitia and Taki. You know, I'm starting to see Li Long get introduced, but I know that's probably not going to happen because he's not that popular of a character. In fact, he ranked pretty low on the list as well. Just like Astaroth's predecessor, Rock, ranked several positions lower. I think I talked about this, original styles. I'll go back into this for a second so we can talk about it a little more since I do have some time. And there's some information that I want to share with you. You don't have to stay around for it. There are many different characters here who had predecessors style-wise before being introduced into the Soul series. But they had moves pulled from other characters, such as Killig, whose predecessor was Solmina and such developed her own style. I believe I said this before. Maxi is another one whose original style was Li Long until they became Maxis. And Shanghua was developed from the character that's introduced here to Huang until she became her own thing as well. Astaroth's one of those characters. His predecessor was Rock. And while Rock wasn't as popular as Astaroth, he still made it to 3 points. Huang made it to Soul Blade and 1. That's where they cut him off. Well, they also introduced him to 3 as something else outside the show. You know, there's others in here too, like Nightmare was the successor of Siegfried. Because Siegfried was the starting point and then it became Nightmare because Siegfried picked up Soul Edge. I just realised that this happened. Those other points that I was trying to make. Note this, the separation of story points. It's here, the side story starts here for Nightmare, while Siegfried's story ends at this spot, sort of. You know, of course, Sophia started for Cassandra. Raphael was the predecessor for Amy here. Hilda was her own style as well as Setsuka. And Zarsalamel, which I'm happy that they included Zarsalamel. Of course, Talim had no other person to show her style. Which still baffles me that she's the number one, like she's the ultimate favorite character according to the poll. Of course, Yoshimitsu, who's been featured since Soul Calibur 6. In fact, if we're not including the games that diverged from the original canon, it's actually Mitsurugi, Cervantes, Siegfried, and Voldo appeared in every single Soul Calibur game from like Soul Calibur, Soul Blade, Soul Calibur 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. They appeared in every single one. Everyone else here had gaps in between. Now, if we're talking together, playable-wise as well, it's not playable-wise only. It's Mitsurugi and Siegfried, who've been firm favourites. Cervantes does appear in Soul Calibur Legends, but as a just as a boss, he doesn't actually get to be played. I'm speaking. But I think I've said enough. Honestly, I don't know what else to say other than, well, I'm glad they made the additions that they did. And, it's nice to see that Soul Calibur 6 Season 2 had got the conclusion that it did. But but in a way that still leaves it open for more to be added on. Because, you know, with the extra interludes, it means that there's more to come, and there should be more to come, in my opinion. Because it's a game, not only because it's a game that deserves it, but also because there's so many questions that have been answered, and, you know, a lot of people, well, maybe not a lot of people, but I know me for sure, and a good portion of the community that plays Soul Calibur wants to see this come to fruition. I just want to see more in this slot here. And yes, I did purchase the whole thing without getting the battle pass. The only strange thing that I found was, keep it on here so I feel like I have to speak over everyone, that they didn't include stories for 2B and Halmer, just for Geralt. But then again, I'm assuming that they probably would have maintained the same standard that they did for 2B and Hammer, you know, story-wise, if Geralt was not initially introduced at the very beginning of game production as a guest character. Well, actually, when I say that, in actuality, Geralt was a 9th character introduced, and I did all the Soul Calibur story gameplays in order when each character was introduced, which it took me some effort to figure out the first 10, because after that, it was pretty easy to pick up, because I've been following it so doggedly, I guess, is the term for it, that I found out which characters were introduced next in the order. Fun, like, of course, as you can imagine, Mitsurugi and Sophia were the first two introduced. Mitsurugi first, because he's the icon of Soul Calibur. For God's sake. Sorry, Siri. Groh next. No, Groh's actually third because he was the new character. Then Kiddick, because it follows Kiddick's story when he found Soul Edge. And of course, they had to include Shongguan in the mix as well. And for a second, I didn't think they were going to include Maxi, but I'm glad that they did that as well. And of course, I'm also happy that they included my favorite guy, Siegfried. Anyways, I think that's all I have to say now. First, I'm going to allow you to take a peek into the character compendium. You notice how Curtis lost, like, how Curtis's eyes. Eye was it? Sax, Arct, and Veer. Okay. Curtis's left eye was red, was what I was trying to say. Red like Lima's mouth-fisted eye. Sounds magic swords attendance Veer. Which means Jura must have sex. But oh no, his attendance is Svi. Svi? Wait, I'm checking this. There's a theme to this. I'm not seeing it. Now I get it. I'm an idiot. They are different Iskas. Svi is 2. Veer is 4. Arct is 8. Despite deep inside the castle lies the so-called mind of Soul Edge, formless maelstrom of souls who fell prey to the weapon. It's here they were born amalgamations of souls, once possessed by the sword given form. So this would include... supposed to give Iska a place in a place in the Star Wars series outside of just being outside of just being you know, a feature in a non-canonical game. The curse was squashed with purpose, falling to a silver hand boy, entered the water mine with the swordsman carrying the blade. So Iska took advantage of Siegfried's broken mind at the time. Right. This I just found out. So Iska the Jester is actually the will of Soul Edge that corrupted Siegfried, making Siegfried into Nightmare. If I'm seeing this correctly. Of course, we're going to company. Okay. It follows there exist 7 sword manifested nightmares to down force. Okay, so Zvaya takes the form of a young boy. Zvaya is powerful and intense. Wait, what? By the way, sex is 6. Yes. In truth, he doesn't really remember his own. Which also seems like, imagine like, Groh comes back to Streinsburg, they're going to come across each other. Because his left eye is now red the way it is, and his right eye just has a red iris. Okay, so there is a girl as well. Okay, so now this time, for good. So this time for good, I'm going to call it good. Yeah, because I'm getting tired and I think I've talked for long enough. As I mentioned, you guys must be getting pretty tired of the fact that I keep changing when I think I'm done, and then all of a sudden I keep coming back to this. But okay. So it makes more sense as to why Mitsurugi, that's why Iska was looking at Mitsurugi as a potential candidate. She wasn't intending to get Gabek, she was intending to get Mitsurugi instead. Oh. Okay, now I'm really done. Thank you so much for watching it. If you appreciate this video, you can like, you can comment, you can share. So if you want, you can subscribe to my channel, search my channel for videos if you want. You can subscribe to my channel, search my channel for to find more gameplays, vlogs, songs, things like that. If you have any questions, comment below. If you have any suggestions for videos, you can find me on Twitter, Instagram, Discord, FoxGamer39618. I am getting way too exhausted to keep this up. I'm sorry. Anyways, that's all I got. Thanks so much. This is Jasper Fox signing out. Cheers and stay foxy.